Margaret Slavin would like to see if there are any messages from her husband, Jerry, who passed away 3 years ago. The most severe pain that she's ever encountered in her life, and still does not get any better, does it really? And she'd just like to get hope that he's there, and I suppose a bit of reassurance maybe. It's nice to, and when we miss them like that, to see if there's anything there, isn't it, or anybody there in this case. What we'll do, we'll give Jerry a shout and see if he's got anything to say, if he's got a message and what it is. So what we'll do, we'll use these mediumship cards here for this. Each card has a pre-written message on it, so it makes it easier for Jerry's spirit to manipulate the cards and then place whatever he wants to say, or the sort of thing he wants to say, in place. Now, it's not going to be word for word, of course, is it? I mean, it might be, but it's going to be reliant upon what's written on the card, as you would say. And then, of course, if we feel it's said in a different way, then we can paraphrase it accordingly to how we feel it's been said, to how we feel Jerry might be trying to say it. But of course, we've got to get that message first, haven't we? So what we'll do, we're going to now bring the two worlds a bit closer together, and we're going to ask Jerry to join us in this setting. And when we shuffle the cards, we have to ask Jerry, don't we, to join us, as I say. So we ask, as we shuffle the cards, we ask, Spirit of Jerry, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, Jerry, through these cards and move among us. Have you a message for your wife, Margaret, there? Have you anything she wants to know if there's anything you'd like to convey, just really to know if you're there. We know you are, of course, but she just wants a bit of a chat, really. And we ask, Spirit of Jerry, we do ask for your presence. Commune with us, Jerry, through these cards and move among us. Spirit of Jerry, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, Jerry, through these cards and move among us. Blessed be to Jerry Slavin, I would assume. Blessed be to Jerry and all absent friends. And as we say so, we just cut the deck there. And that, where the deck splits, is where Jerry's energy is, isn't it? So you've basically seen Jerry's energy in live or in action, as you would say. And as Jerry makes his presence known as we cut the deck, we just move the cards to the side here, and first of all, we welcome you, Jerry, to our sitting. We thank you for your time, we thank you for your energy, and we thank you for the message that you are about to give to Margaret. Normally I deal 3 cards, which is like a beginning, middle and end, isn't it? Unlike with tarot cards and things like that, that does sort of like past, present and future, doesn't it? And whatever. So I've got a nice cup of coffee. Well, it's a bit lukewarm since I was doing other things earlier on, so it will suffice. I prefer it cold myself. I don't know if Jerry, did you prefer it cold, Jerry? I don't know. But I do like it, especially when I've got that pipe tobacco. It's nice there, isn't it? It's nice and keeps it cool. Anyway, less about me and my pipe and more about Jerry, who's with us, and I'm sure eager to just say the first thing. As I said, it's more like a beginning, middle and an end thing, so if any other cards come out after that, then of course they can. If we feel as though Jerry wants to say something else, we can just see what it is he's trying to convey. But first of all, let's just flip this card over, this first one. This will be the first thing he's trying to say, or the first part of his message, as you would say. The conversation cards, aren't they? That's what they are. I call them a phrase book from the other side, because it's picking the nearest phrase as you can and then channeling it with Jerry's energy is being channeled. And he's just channeling the first energy there, as you can see. And it says on that card, I see all of your thoughts. I see all of your thoughts, Margaret. When you're thinking about me, just remember, I see those thoughts as well. I know you're thinking about me, basically. So that's not bad at all, is it? Notice, of course, the picture there. That's a nice picture, isn't it? It's nice, like a light shining through there, and things, as if sort of like a realisation sort of picture, isn't it? Really, but he's just sort of saying, I see all of your thoughts, Margaret. You know that, and if you're thinking about me, if you mess me, I know. I sort of like feel as if he's saying, I know that that it hurts, and I know, but I'm here now. I'm telling you that now. So this is we've asked for Jerry to join us, and he's here now. We've asked, of course, and he's helped to shuffle the cards. And the message is there in the cards. He's not here physically, of course, because his body, a bit like a car, has clapped out, and that's the end of it. But of course, his soul, which is a bit like the driver's, got out and had to walk. And he's using this as a vehicle now, isn't he? Using these cards as a vehicle instead of his body. He can't be with us physically, but in a way he is, because he's with us in this physical form of these cards. In the sense, he's using these cards to do his bidding, and he's just saying, as we say, I see all your thoughts there, Margaret. So when you're thinking about me, when you're missing me, just remember who knows that you're thinking about me. Just remember who knows that you're missing me. Just remember that. Now at this point I sort of sense, I'm not saying it's there, but I just sort of sense he's sort of telling you off, but nicely, if there's such a thing. He's nicely telling you off, if you see what I mean. Now I'm going to pull out the next card, and I just want to see what the next thing is he wants to say. What he wants to say after. I see all your thoughts, Margaret, he's saying, and let's just flip that there, and he's just saying there, Luke, if that helps in any way, he's just saying that it was my time to go. I see all your thoughts, Margaret, but I just want you to know, I just want to remind you that it was my time to go. How do you know? It was like we come and we go. I came, and then I went. I came and then I goed, as you would say. I came and then I went. But I can only go because I came. And I'm lucky, really, aren't I, Margaret? I'm lucky. I see all your thoughts. I know what you're thinking now. And I want to tell you, Margaret, that I'm lucky that it was my time to go. I am lucky that it was my time to go. And do you want me to tell you why, Margaret? I'll tell you. The reason why I'm lucky that it was my time to go is because some people will never come. Some people will never be born. but I was. And I was lucky. I'm one of the lucky ones, Margaret. I could die. And you are one of the lucky ones too, because you are going to die. It's the fact that we're going to die that makes us lucky, because it means that we've been born. Some people will never be born. All the great poets and all the great prime ministers and presidents of the world leaders and great scientists who could find the cure to diseases that we've not found the cure to, they will never be born. But it's us in our ordinariness, Margaret, who are here instead. I get this funny feeling as though he's not shouting at you, but he's trying to tell you off in a nice way. He's trying to remind you, Luke, at the end of the day, regardless of this, it was just my time to go. Just like that's just how it is. But I see all your thoughts, Margaret, when you think about how bad it is, and I know it is terrible for you. I know it hurts, but you are here to hurt. You are lucky to hurt, because some people never hurt because they're not here to hurt. So you be grateful, Margaret, that you can hurt, and that your heart can be broken, because you have a heart to be broken. Because some people haven't got one. They're not here to have one. You're lucky, Margaret. And this is what I feel as though he's sort of saying. He's sort of shouting at you without shouting at you. If you get what I mean. He's telling you off without telling you off. I've just flipped that third card now, and let's just see what else he's got to say. I hope he's not telling you off again. He's just saying my death was painless, Margaret. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. In the sense of, not so much maybe the thing that caused his death, because you had to go that way, didn't you, Jerry? You just had to leave that. That was just, you just had to leave that way, and it was your time to go. Just like when you hire a boat and you go and row it on the lake, and then there's a whistle blowing, or somebody says, "Come in, number 4. It's your time to come in now." And it's the same sort of thing. When your number's up, so to speak. But in this particular case, of course, he just wants you to let you know that my death was painless. Don't worry or hold on to guilt. In the sense, Margaret, not so much, okay, I might have been in pain before, but the fact of the matter is the point of death. At the point of death, I saw the light. I've got a feeling he's saying I don't know why it's the light, but I saw the light. I don't know if he's mentioned that before or something, but at the point of death I saw the light and went toward it. And that's what I get. And I don't want you to worry about that, because I'm lucky that I saw that light. I'm lucky that I was able to go to that light from here, because I was here. It means I was living, doesn't it? In the sense my body was living, and it means that my soul was on this side. But now I'm on the other side. I'm over there. Well, over there actually isn't as far away as you might think, young Margaret. Because I see all of your thoughts, and I'm over there. So if I can see all of your thoughts over there, I might not be as over there as you think. I might be a bit closer to over here than you also as well, because I'm everywhere. I'm omnipresent now, because there's no such thing as time where I am, and there's no such thing as space or whatever. There's no need for that no more. That's a three-dimensional thing. While we're on the earth, that's the sort of thing we have. I want to pull another card here. I don't know why. I'm feeling these are the main 3, of course, that he's just said in brief there. Of course, he's used the cards that say, I see all of your thoughts, Margaret. I see all of your thoughts, and I just want to remind you that it was my time to go. Nothing we can do about it. It was just my time to go. But I'm one of the lucky ones, Margaret. I still think he's saying I'm one of the lucky ones, because some people will never go because they'll never come. And with that, of course, just remember, of course, I just want you to know mainly, which is the thing that is bothering you the most, isn't it, Margaret? About if I was in pain. And I want you to know at the point of death. This card says my death was painless. please don't worry or hold on to guilt. But it should really say, shouldn't it, the point of my death, at the point of my death was. But we can't do it all right, we're all human, aren't we? So I always read that as the point of my death was painless, or at the point of death, my death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. Please don't worry, Margaret. I'm begging you, please. Don't worry. And don't hold on to guilt. It's not your fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just the fact that it was my time to go. It's nobody's fault that it's time to go. It's nobody's fault that the sun rises on us. I mean, I love you, Margaret. And I love you if the sun rises, if the moon rises, if it's raining or sunny or whatever it is. I love you throughout whatever. I've got a funny feeling he's trying to say that. Regardless of what's happening, it doesn't matter. It was just my time to go. And I don't want you to worry or feel guilty. It's not your fault that I love you. It's not your fault that you love me. It's not your fault that the sun rises. It's not your fault the moon rises. It's not your fault that it rains. It's not your fault that the birds sing. It's not your fault. Why should it be your fault that it was my time to go? Just like, is it your fault that it's time for dinner? Is it your fault that it's time to to try and cope? I don't expect you don't expect you to get over it. It's not time to get over it. I see all of your thoughts, Margaret. I know you can't get over it, but I think it's time now, just like it's my time to go, and it was my time to go, and that was it. Don't you think it's your time now to try and cope? Not expecting you to work miracles and get over it. I don't want you to get over it. Nobody wants to get over it, Margaret. But I just don't want you to feel guilty, and I don't want you to blame yourself for something that isn't your fault. I suppose it's a bit like if the police knock on your door and arrest you for something that isn't your fault. You wouldn't feel nice about it, would you? And I think that's what he's trying to say. I do feel like now another card coming here. I don't know if it's 1 or 2. I don't know what's going to happen here. 2. I just feel like the number 2. There's number 2 being said in my head. I don't know what if. So what I'll do, I'll pull out this 1 and then I'll just I'll get this the second one and just bring it round there. On the deck there, and then we'll pull that one off after. Let's just see what this other one is. Let's see if this is anything that might sort of elaborate on what's been said anymore. I do sort of get a feeling as though, I wouldn't say he's nagging you, I wouldn't say he's been nasty and aggressive, he's just sort of shouting at you in a nice way. He's just saying, look at that, look at that, the door that he went through. The door that he went through there, he's just saying, my mind is free, Margaret. Please don't worry, hold on to guilt, because my mind is free. Because, let's have the word because written just at the top there, shouldn't you? It's like as if it's because. My mind, because my mind is free. Don't you worry, don't you hold on to guilt, don't go blaming yourself. Because my mind is free. And it was my time to go, and that's it. We have to accept it, just like it's time for the sun to rise at 6 o'clock in the morning. There's nothing we can do about it. At 6 o'clock in the morning, the sun rises, and that's it. We can't do anything about it. We can't blame ourselves. If we blame ourselves, feel guilty about it, feel bad about it, good about it, it doesn't matter how we feel about it. It just is. But he just wants you to say, don't blame yourself. There's nothing. Because my mind is free. My mind is free. Your mind isn't. I know that you're hurting, and I see all your thoughts, and I know you're hurting. But my mind is free. It was my time to go. But don't hold on to guilt. Don't blame yourself, because my mind is free. So it's as if it's saying because there, and if you should write underneath, so why should your mind not be free neither? It's like as if you with it linking to them, you can see how you can sort of see what he's trying to say, can't you? And this second card as well. I don't know if it's the final. I feel as though it might be the final one, actually, because I sort of feel as though if you don't get it by now, hello, it's time to pack in. I don't know if that's the sort of thing he said when he was here in the physical, but Jerry, I do sort of feel as though you're trying to drum it in, and it's sort of falling on deaf ears a bit. But it's understandable, isn't it? And that's the main thing. Let's just see what this other thing here you want to say. That's a nice card. He's just saying, it's beautiful where I am, Margaret. I want you to know my mind is free and it's beautiful where I am. In the sense of, yes, Margaret, I see all of your thoughts. I know you're hurting because I feel that hurt as well. I see that. I see it. But I just want you to know, it was my time to go. That's just it. Just like how the sun rises and everything else. It was my time to go. Just like it's time for the birds to sing in the morning. It was my time to go. But whatever you do, I just want you to know that my death was painless. At the point of death, I wasn't in pain. I wasn't hurting. And I saw the light. And I don't want you, just please don't worry or hold on to guilt, in the sense, I don't want you to feel bad about it, Margaret. You see how you can just use that phrase as if he's sort of saying, I don't want you to feel bad about it. And because I don't want you to feel bad about it, because my mind is free. I don't feel bad about it. And do you know why I don't feel bad about it, Margaret? I don't feel bad about it because it's beautiful where I am now, just like it was beautiful where I was with you. And as I see your thoughts, and the thoughts that you think about me, I know are beautiful as well. It was beautiful where I was, and it's beautiful where I am now. I've gone from one beautiful place with a beautiful woman to another beautiful place where it's beautiful where I am, and when we're both together, I can experience not only the beautiful place where I am, we can both experience that beautiful place, and I can experience a beautiful woman as well as the beautiful place. So it's like as if I can kill two birds with one stone in the morning. This is the sort of thing he's saying to you, Margaret, and he's gone from nagging you now just to remind you how much he loves you, really, in the sense of, I'm in a beautiful place, my mind is free, and it's beautiful where I am, but it's beautiful where I am. I get a funny feeling as though he's saying, it's beautiful where I am because it was beautiful where I came from, and I know that when we're together again, it will be beautiful even more. That beauty, just when you think, just when you think it was good, it gets even better. It's tempting to pull another card at this point. It's tempting, isn't it? It's tempting. I know I had two in my mind. Go on, pull that one. I just hear like a voice in my head saying, go on, pull that one. That could be more to do with me being nosy now, but I do feel as though go on, pull that one then. As if that one was meant to come out right away, or right from the beginning, wasn't it? It must have been. I think this is the surprise he wants to hit you with a surprise. I don't know. Is it surprising to know that he's just saying, I'm here helping you? I see all of your thoughts. You learn to cope, Margaret, in the sense, don't blame yourself. My mind is free and so should yours be. I'm here helping you do that. And remember, when you do try and cope with it until we meet again, until we are together again in spirit, we're already together anyway, it's just that we're not there physically. That's all. We just can't experience physically, but we're still together. But I just want you to always look at this card. I keep asking the question over and over again, and I do, and I can't. It's the sort of question you know the answer to, but you can't answer it. And the question is, what moves? If you can just let me just I'll put that there. What moves, the flag or the wind? Isn't that an interesting question, Margaret? And it's as if he's asking you that question, what moves the flag? It's something I've heard, actually, and I always think of that when I look at that card. And he's saying, what moves the flag or the wind? Or do they both move together, or what's going on? When I see your thoughts, do I think the same thought as you? Or when you think of me, is he? You just never know. What moves when your emotions move? Who is moving your emotions? The thoughts of me are moving your emotions. So what does move? Me or your emotions? Or your emotions or me? Or you, whatever. And it's all together, isn't it? It's a bit like when I pick up this card here. What is the cause of the card being lifted up like that? Is my hand picking the card the cause of the other hand rising? Is that cause and effect? Or do you say, no, when I lift the card at that end, the whole card rises all at once? It rises all in one as one thing. And in the same way, what moves the flag or the wind? Does the wind blow the flag? Is the wind the cause of the flag moving? Or does the flag and the wind move together? Do you and Jerry there? I can ask you that question, Jerry, because I bet you don't know the answer. But you know the answer, but don't know how to answer it neither. In the sense of, you know, when Margaret's emotions move or whatever, and you are blowing her emotions to make her think of you, or in the sense of when Margaret thinks, and you see her thoughts, as you see in her thoughts, you are the flag being waved by her thoughts, aren't you, Jerry? So I'll leave that with you there, Jerry, and it'll give you something to talk about when you meet again. But of course, whilst you're still together in the way you are, as you would say, you could think about that, couldn't you? As you see, is Margaret's thoughts waving the flag that you see? When you see those thoughts, Jerry? Are you the wind that blows her thoughts? And are her thoughts the flag that are being moved by the wind of you, or is it the other way around, in the sense of is Jerry the flag being waved by the wind of Margaret's thoughts, or is Margaret's thoughts the flag that's being waved by the wind of Jerry's energy, being there, seeing those thoughts? I mean, oh, isn't it bloody? I can't. My brain is dead now. I can't think. It's too early in the morning. So with that, I think I'll leave that thought with both of you there, with Jerry, and with you, Jerry, and with you there, Margaret. I'll leave that thought with you. And of course, as Margaret thinks about that one, Jerry will no doubt be seeing it and thinking about it himself. And I'm sure it'll be doing both your heads in. So that'll give you something to think about, won't it? So with that, what we're going to do, I'll gather all the cards together, all of Jerry's cards there. With the what moves the flag or the wind of the flag. He's there helping you, though. He'll help you find the answer, I'm sure. And deep down we know the answer, but we can't answer it because it doesn't matter, does it? Maybe. Let's just, though, for now, until, of course, Jerry has another message, we'll rotate the cards over, Jerry's cards at this point in time. And we'll just place them down here. And then what we'll do, we'll get the rest of the deck. And just before we place the rest of the deck on top, we'll just say, Jerry, merry did we meet. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. A great meeting you. Your energy's great, really, isn't it? Really. Yes, frank to the point, as most spirit energies are, but I do sense a sort of, as you can say, a naughty sense of humour dry sort of naughty sense of humour there, as well as pretending to shout at you when we really mean well. That sort of energy, teasing, that's what he said. He's teasing us, isn't he? He's teasing me as well as you, Margaret, so he's getting to both of us. He's doing a good job. So until that next time then, remember that love, of course, that binds us all together. That love is the law, that love is the bond. Merry did we meet, merry do we part, and merry may we meet again. With that, we'll get the cards, the rest of the deck, and we'll just place them on top of Jerry's cards, as if now to lay Jerry back to rest. We say goodbye, Jerry, farewell for now. And as we do so, we just close our eyes and visualise a door wide open with a light shining through. Just remember that card where he sees all your thoughts, with that light shining brightly through. And the door is wide open, with that light really bright. And as we do, we now close the setting by we imagine that door, we tell that door now to close slowly. Nevertheless, let it slowly close, and as it slowly closes, the light slowly goes out, 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 until we have the darkness again, and then we open our eyes and return back to the world that we are in for now, because life is for the living, not the dead. Is it not? On this side it is anyway, but there is no such thing as death, as we know, in that sort of sense, but the physical life is for the living then. So that's another saying I've amended. So with that then, we just say, blessed be to Jerry and all absent friends.